It's important that people see me.
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. Yeah.
Okay, I think we should start, right?
I see you. I
So
can
you want
see
to
you.
give it a few more minutes?
All right. So yeah, we can go ahead and get started. I think
Okay.
that
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone, and then we can get started.
Okay. I think I did already. I think he opened because he's adding me. All right, Mr. Charles, I can't start without acknowledging the presence of one of our leaders from corporate here. Miss Marina Favid is here from South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Marina, for chiming in. It's always a pleasure to see you. Okay, Mr. Charles, you want me to start?
Thanks, lovely being here. And welcome to all our guests.
Good to see you again. Mr. Charles, is it okay if I start?
Yes, go ahead. Let's get started.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to our platform. If you have no idea where you are, this is ONPASSIVE Co-Founders. Our slogan is, we are in it to win it. So my name is Senge. I am the moderator for this webinar. And in a few seconds, we're going to be starting. But before we do that, I want to make sure that I let you know what our housekeeping rules are. First off, you're going to be force muted because we want to make sure that you get the information that you came here for. And when you want to ask a question, ladies and gentlemen, you have to make sure that your video is open. That said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to give you, first off, right? This webinar that we are watching right now, you cannot ask questions. Remember, you're going to be force muted. So the question and answer session is going to be at the end of the presentation. And that said, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor right now to introduce to you the presenter for this webinar is none other than a gentleman who is very, very selfless. He's a family man. He has been in the computer industry for more than 35 years, as a matter of fact. He is retired right now, retired computer guru, I call him, right? And he calls himself a man on a mission because he thinks that it is necessary that the world hears about ONPASSIVE. He has been in the business industry for more than 35 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you the one and only Mr. Charles Osong.
Thank you very much, my friend and partner for a very long time, Senge. It's always good to have you. I like your enthusiasm. And I always say enthusiasm is contagious. We need more people like you. Good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you, regardless of where you're calling from. As Ms. Senge said, my name is Charles Osong. I have been in the United States for a very long time, over 35 years. I'm actually in my 36th year now. And during those years, I've worked like everybody else, sometimes 2 jobs just to make ends meet. I am going to be talking to you about this company, this amazing opportunity, by way of telling you my story. I will simply tell you how I got to know about this company and what were the reasons why I jumped right in, okay? So, about 34 years ago, I ran into the works of Mr. Warren Buffett, okay? So even though I've been working in the IT industry, in every discipline in the IT industry, I've always been looking. I ran into the works of Mr. Warren Buffett. Most of us should know him. He's one of the richest people on planet Earth. And Mr. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're gonna work until you die. Now that statement has resonated with me all the time. Every time I go to sleep, I'm asking myself, am I making money? I'm gonna have to force mute everyone before we continue because it looks like people are unmuting themselves unintentionally, I hope. Okay, I just did that. I'm also gonna lock the webinar because we don't want distractions while the meeting is going on. Okay. Like I said, Mr. Warren Buffett said, if you don't
unmute yourself, unmute yourself. Okay.
All right, thanks. So please, the co-host, let me be the only one to control the muting. So I did not mute myself, but somehow I got muted. So it seems to me that one of the co-hosts did it, but let me be the only one to do that. So let's keep going. Mr. Warren Buffett made this statement, and I've always resonated with that statement. When I go to sleep, I'm thinking, hey, am I making money or not? So I started looking for ways to make money like that. And in that process, I also ran into the works of Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, who some of us do know. He's also independently wealthy. But he impressed upon me that, yes, we do have rich people in this world, but these people tend to work hard for their money. Okay? They get paid a lot of money, but they must go to work to get paid. Wealthy people, on the other hand, make money passively. They make passive residual income. So I got interested in making that kind of money, and I eventually had to quit working. I stopped working for corporate America. And one of my colleagues said to me, Charles, you're a lucky dude. You must have saved up a lot of money to be able to retire this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I've been working for so long and I haven't been able to save the kind of money that I would love to. So there must be something wrong. And I remember Robert Einstein saying, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, that's his definition of insanity. So I said, hey, I don't want to get insane here. I'm going to follow this thread. Now I decided to stop working, okay? And I got an office. I went ahead and leased an office space in Maryland in the United States. And one good day, just about a year and 8 months ago, a trusted friend of mine came to my office and said, Charles, I have this opportunity I want to present you with. So just so you know, prior to retiring, I have been studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of the things they do so well is that they look at every opportunity that comes their way. They examine it, they make an informed decision. So I started developing that kind of behavior, that kind of habit. And so I told my friend, I am going to look into this opportunity, that's for sure. But I need you to answer 3 questions for me. 3, very important, very basic. It's going to save you or me time because time is valuable. And I asked him, this opportunity that you are bringing to me, am I going to be able to make money if I cannot recruit somebody? If I cannot sell to even one person, will I still make money? And when I say money, I mean real money. Not talking about chop change, because I've been fortunate enough to see chop change. I mean enough money to give me financial independence. And I do know that financial independence means different things to different people. To me, it simply means I am making enough money to do what I want, when I want, where I want, and how I want. So I asked my friend, am I going to be able to make that kind of money with this opportunity if I don't know how to recruit, if I cannot bring anybody? And he said to me, Charles, you will make a lot of money. And I said, that sounds good. Now let's go to question number 2. Do I need to come out of pocket month in, month out to pay a bill? They call it auto ship, monthly auto ship. Do I need to pay monthly auto ship in this business? He said, nope. And I said, okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Let's go to question number 3. But question number 3, very important question. I want to share with you how I came about that question. Towards the end of 2016, I knew for a fact I was going to stop working. I was going to start looking for passive income. And I coined those 2 questions that I just mentioned to you guys as some kind of guidance. And they worked very well, at least for some time. I had some very good opportunities, making so much money, and I thought life was good. But not for long. These companies, all of them, went belly up. They took a nosedive. So I had to do another thing that successful people do so well. I had to fail forward. Failing forward simply means if you fall down once, you get up once. If you fall down 10 times, you get up 10 times. You dust yourself, try to figure out what it is that went wrong, why you fell, and then you move forward with experience. So I had to do that. And upon examining these opportunities, I found one thing in common. Each and every one of them did not have a legitimate, viable product. By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that everybody needs, people need every day. Okay? They failed, they lacked that. And I know a bunch of you guys here are from Nigeria. I love to use this example. There was a company in Nigeria called MMM. MMM came, a few people make a lot of money, a lot of people lost a lot of money, and their hearts were broken. You go back, you look at MMM, they did not have a legitimate, viable product. And it's a host of companies like that. I went through a bunch of them like that. So that became my third question. I asked my friend, this opportunity, this company, do they have a legitimate, viable product? And he said to me, Charles, you have an IT background. You should understand these products better than me. And I said, sure. I went and took a look at the products, and I came back to him and I said, friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we are simply going to have an internet quake. We're going to have a shakeup of the internet. Huge. I told him, the only problem is we're going to wait for a little bit. It's going to take some time. By the time my friend came to me, this company had been in pre-launch for 6 to 8 months. And I said to him, they will be in pre-launch for another 3 years, maybe more. He didn't like that. He said to me, Charles, why you say that? I said, it's simple. They are using AI, artificial intelligence, in every step of the development process. And I know what AI is. AI is a disruptive technology. It is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But it is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. So I told my friend, we just have to buckle our seatbelts and wait. But I also told him, I want to be part of this company. I don't care how long it takes. I had something called FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life. I wasn't going to miss out on this one. And I was ready to pay whatever kind of money it cost. And I asked him, friend, how much is it going to cost me to be part of this company? And I was thinking $10,000, maybe more, okay? And I was ready with my plastic. I was ready with my credit card, guys. My friend looked up at me and said, Charles, all you need is $97, $97. And I said to him, you've got to be kidding. He said, nope, I'm not kidding. This is for real. Took out my credit card, gave it to him. By the time we were done, I had paid $102. There was a $5 fee for using a credit card, no problem. I told him, friend, I need you to do me one favor. When this company is closer to launch, please call me, let me know, so that I can get more involved. I just don't have 3 years or more to be monitoring what's going on. And he said, no problem, you got a deal. 8 months later, he gave me a call and he said, Charles, can you make yourself available in 1 week's time? The CEO is trying to address everybody. And I said, sure. 1 week later, I hopped on the webinar, and there was Mr. Ash Mofara, who is the CEO of this company I'm telling you about. Mr. Mofara, those of us who have been founders for some time, who've come to know and love him dearly, not only because he's going to help us make money, because he will help us make tons of money, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart, okay? The company is full of love, and those of you who are guests here, as you come in, you're going to find out. But mind you, I was meeting Mr. Mofara or listening to him for the first time ever. And he came on and he said, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. In fact, we are closer to launch. And so my mind is, I'm thinking, wait a minute, how can they be close to launch? It's not even 8 months that I told my friend that this company needs about 3 to 4 years. Okay, so he got my attention. I started listening keenly. And he went on. He said, we have leased a building in Bangalore in India. For those of you who know that part of the world, Bangalore is like the Silicon Valley of India. Okay, he said we have a high-rise building, 2 floors in that building. We have 200 engineers, and they are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. And so now I'm beginning to think, I said, okay, most startup companies are going to have what, 20 to 25 engineers. I've been involved with a few of those, so I know. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers working 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. No, Mr. Mofara goes to the source. But by the way, labor is much cheaper in India than it is in the United States. They have the best engineers. For those of you who are in IT, you will agree with me, okay? He goes there, gets 200 of them, and they're not working not 8, not 9, not 10 hours a day. They are working 24/7. They are working day and night. So now I'm beginning to think, with this kind of resource, yes, they should be able to cut time frames. Yes, they should be able to do in 2 years what's supposed to be done in 5 years. So my belief level goes up, okay? And then I said, well, you know what? Well, Mr. Mofara went on though, said, folks, we have some problem. Some guys, some insiders, founders like you and I have been unethical, okay? So we're gonna come up with a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA for short, okay? 2 months later, the NDAs came out, and he called another meeting and said, guys, go sign them up. I went back, looked at the NDA, went through that document from top to bottom. Of course, I'm not a lawyer by any stretch of the imagination. However, by the time I was done looking at this document, it dawned upon me that, hey, this is the time I asked my friend to let me get involved. This is the time for me to get more involved like I promised. So I went back, looked at all the documents. I looked at what they had done up to that point. I looked at the names. Look, we had about 40,000 founding members at the time. And I said to myself, where are the Africans? There were no Africans. Guys, I know some of you here are not from Africa. Don't get me wrong. We're going to work with you as everybody else. But I wanted Africans to taste a piece of this pie. So I became a man on a mission. I said to myself, I am going to talk to everybody that is willing to listen. I will do my part. It's up to them to do their part. So I called up a few other leaders and I said, hey, how are we going to get this out? We need to get it out massively. And we decided on Zoom. Thanks to technology, all you need is a smart device. It could be a phone, a laptop, an iPad, whatever it is, and internet access. You guys call it data in Africa. If you have that, you're good. That's why we're here today. So what is this company I'm about to talk to you about? The name of the company is ONPASSIVE, O-N-P-A-S-S-I-V as in Victor, E as in Edward. And that name was not given by chance. It's a passive opportunity. Our CEO and founder, Mr. Mofara, graduated with a master's in internet marketing and information technology with a knack for artificial intelligence, AI. I just told you guys about that. The guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Traffic is so important, guys. Traffic is the reason I can dream today. Traffic is the reason I can invite you all to dream with me today. So I'm going to spend a couple minutes to talk about traffic. What is traffic? It's the single most important factor in any business. It doesn't matter whether it's offline or online, you need traffic. So, but because most of us, we're used to offline businesses, we all have an age. And so therefore I call ourselves digital immigrants. I am going to talk about offline traffic first. So let's assume that you have a restaurant and I have a restaurant, okay? And it can be any business. It can be a hair salon. It can be a car sales store. It doesn't matter. I just chose restaurant because I love food and because I know everybody eats, right? So let's say you have a restaurant and I have a restaurant. Your restaurant is in a busy shopping mall, busy area. My restaurant is hidden. It's in a back alley. Let's just say that. Okay, now we're comparing traffic, okay? Everything else is equal. Same kind of restaurant, same kind of food, same chef. As a matter of fact, the food tastes identical, exact same food. Well, guess what? Your restaurant is gonna make so much money than my restaurant simply because of this. People are gonna come to that shopping mall. They're gonna come there to do their hair, do their nail, buy clothes, do window shopping, whatever it is that brings them to that shopping mall. They're gonna get hungry, look up at your restaurant, they're gonna wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. Now, my restaurant, on the other hand, people need to know it's there. People need to leave their homes deliberately to go to that restaurant. So guess what happens? It suffers in terms of sales. What is traffic? Traffic is simple. People come in and out of your business. That's it. Okay, now let's talk about online traffic. But before I go there, I just want you to know something. You have that offline business like the restaurant, you better get yourself an online presence in this day and age, in this digital day and age. If you don't, you are asking to be smoked by your competition, okay? Now, the reverse is not true. You can have a successful online business with no offline presence. Typical example, Amazon. What am I saying, guys? I'm just saying, yes, we have lots, millions of businesses offline. Guess what? As much businesses or as small businesses as we have offline, we have even more online. Okay? And all these businesses online, they thrive on traffic too. They need traffic to survive. So what is this online traffic? Okay, let's say I have a business, charlesosong.com. The first thing that needs to happen is clicks. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So online traffic simply means people coming to click upon your business. That's it. So our CEO and founder, Mr. Mofara, is the best in driving traffic. So there are people online, all they do, people, businesses, is driving traffic to other businesses. And they make millions of dollars, billions of dollars. A typical example is Google. And I'll show you how in a minute. But Mr. Mofara is the best in the game, okay? He proved himself. He graduated from school, joined a few companies, drove traffic to these companies. They made tons of money. He made tons of money. But guess what? These companies went out of business. Like I said, when a company doesn't have legitimate viable products, they are going to go out of business. So Mr. Mofara and his family, notably his wife, who is also in IT, they're going to sit down and say, you know what? We don't need to keep doing this. We don't need to drive traffic into people's businesses and they end up going out of business and we are left in the middle. We are going to get our own. We're going to get founding members. We're going to drive traffic to them. They are going to make money. We are going to make money. Everybody is happy. That's the birth of ONPASSIVE. So just over 3 years ago, Mr. Mofara and his friends are going to sit down and say, hey, what kind of service can we provide online that is so viable that people need on a daily basis? Okay? And I said just over 3 years ago. And remember, there was no coronavirus. There was no COVID-19. Okay? They're going to sit down and say, you know what? We have about 7.7 billion people on Earth. And at any point in time, there are 7 million people online doing something, looking for some service, right? You can imagine that number today with COVID-19. You can multiply 7 million by 10, maybe more. But let's talk about 7 million people. That is still a lot of people. What are they looking for online? Some people are doing online banking. I do. I do online banking every day. There is not a single day that I do not do online banking. And I know a lot of you do the same thing. When we do that, guess what? There are people, companies that monetize on our services. Some people are on Facebook, their favorite social media. Guess what? When you are on Facebook, what are you doing? You're exchanging text, you're exchanging pictures with friends, colleagues, classmates, family members. What you're doing is called community. So these guys are going to say, you know what? We have artificial intelligence at the back of our palms. We can do that too. We can even do it better. So we have our own community. Some people are doing e-commerce, drop shipping, email marketing. Do you guys know there are people online just making 6-7 figure incomes just doing email marketing? Huge. I know that. I thought about it once upon a time. Okay. Well, these guys are saying we have AI. We can do that. Bulk emailing. We can do that even better. Okay. Some people are doing video conferencing just like we are right now. If you're looking at me, you're listening to me, it means you went somewhere from Zoom, you use an application called Zoom, you put some ID, boom, there you are. Okay. Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, we have Cisco WebEx, we have Google Hangouts, we have Microsoft Teams. There are more than 25 of them. Zoom, however, is still the most user-friendly, but not for long, guys. Wait until ONPASSIVE webinar platform hits the market. It's going to make Zoom look like a joke. The image is clearer, it is more secured, it is more scalable, and guess what? It's cheaper. You can't beat that. By the time ONPASSIVE launches, the companies like Zoom, they are going to know there's a new kid on the block. I guarantee you that. For those of you who like statistics, prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging about 10 million participants a day. Well, April of this year, the same company took a statistic. They were doing over 300 million participants a day. We are now in October. You can imagine what it is right now. And why is that? Every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes from home. So we, the parents, some of us may not like technology, we have no choice. We got to figure it out so that our kids can take classes. I've seen men of God, women of God, having prayer services, Bible services virtually, online. Huge. The world is going virtual, and ONPASSIVE is going to help us monetize. Let's talk about another service. Virtual Private Network, VPN. What is that? A VPN is a tunnel, guys. That's it. It cuts across a major network like the internet, provides security so that employers use it so that the employees can access company data without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Okay? Ever since the advent of COVID-19, more and more companies are having people work from home. So when you hear people say, oh, I'm telecommuting, I'm working from home, guess what? They need VPN. Okay? So big companies, Microsoft, Facebook, all these companies have employees working from home. In fact, Twitter, the IT giant, about close to 11 weeks ago, they announced, even after COVID-19, all our employees are going to have to work from home permanently. Yes. They even went further. We're going to budget $1,000 per employee so that everybody can be made comfortable working from home. What does that mean? Well, you don't have comfortable furniture, we're going to get it. You don't have high-speed internet, we're going to get it for you. How can they afford that? Simple. They're going to avoid the overhead. They don't have to lease high-rise buildings in almost every major city around the world to house employees. You're going to pay your own electric bill, rent, mortgage, whatever it is, and they're going to save money. Facebook, 5 days later, came out, made the same announcement. We are going to have our employees work from home permanently. And a host of other companies are following suit. That's competition, guys. Okay? Huge. These guys are saying we have AI at the back of our hands. We are going to have our own virtual private network. It's going to be super, super fast, clearer, above all, cheaper. Okay? So when we hit the block, the big players in this space like Cisco Networks, they will know there's a new sheriff in town. You can count on that. Okay? Now, let's talk about another service, search engine optimization, SEO. What is that? Guys, I'm just giving you a handful of services. We have a lot. Let's talk about SEO. We know about search engines. We know about Yahoo. We know about Bing. We know about Google. Google is so important. It's so popular these days, it has become a verb. Right? Somebody asks you something, you don't get it, you don't have time to look for it, tell them Google it. It's a verb. Everything in Google is free. You go to Google to search once, 10 times, 100 times a day, free. You go to get Gmail account, 1, 10, 100, free. You can even get a Google Voice account, a voice over IP number, free. So it sounds like everything is free, yet Google is a multi-billion-dollar company. How do they make money? Most of us don't know, and frankly, we don't care. It's none of our business, right? But today, I'm going to tell you how they make money. Why? Because ONPASSIVE is going to help us make money the same way that Google is making money. So you go to Google to search for something. Let's say you google.com and you want to search for, and it can be anything. It can be a car, it can be a camera, it can be light bulbs, whatever it is that you want to search. But I'm going to use camera only because I have a store online. I do advertise my cameras through Google. So let's use a camera. You go online, go to Google, you search for camera. What happens? A bunch of cameras pop up. One of them is going to come from my store. You happen to click on that camera from my store. Well, at the end of the month, Google charges me. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to purchase. It's called pay-per-click. Okay? At the end of the month, they're going to tally up all the clicks that go to my store, and they're going to charge my credit card that's on file. So what's the contract? Google says you advertise with us. A customer comes looking for that item. We are going to optimize our search, bring your item to the top so that they can see it. Eyeballs. As soon as they get eyeballs on it, done deal. Okay? If your stuff is not good enough for them to buy, none of our business. If your stuff is too pricey for them to buy, none of our business. We've done our job. So a small business person like me, okay, I'm almost insignificant online, but I'm paying Google averagely $400 every month. I'm paying Microsoft averagely $600 every month. Why am I paying Microsoft? Because Bill Gates, as visionary as he is, saw that SEO is big, did not have time to start up his own company. He bought a company called Bing, he revamped it, and he's charging people for it, for using it. And I'm one of those. Now I'm paying Zoom for this service. It's a business standard and a half. I'm paying them $200 every month. Well, I'm also paying GoDaddy for domain hosting yearly. So those are just a few services I'm paying for, and I'm a small guy. Now you can imagine what the big players are paying. You can imagine the players like Amazon, the players like eBay, all these big guys, what they're paying these search engines. Huge. That's how come they're multi-billion-dollar companies. Okay. What is ONPASSIVE doing? We have products, services for business people online, small or big. If you think about it, we got it. It doesn't matter how big it is. All the tools that you will need to run a business. So we have a one-stop shop, a single sign-on for those of you who are in IT. It is big, okay? I know some of you here are founders already. Some of you are soon to be founders. And when you become founders, you will get excited because I promise you, you will. And when you get excited, what happens? You tell your friends, you tell your family. And some of them are going to look at you and they're going to laugh. And they're going to say, by the way, do they have a product? I've heard that, so I know. So here's what you tell them. We have a total internet solution, a total IT solution, or a total digital solution, same thing. Total internet solution, total IT solution, or total digital solution, same thing. ONPASSIVE itself has its own three-word phrase for it, Smart Business Solution, SBS. Huge, okay? Now, I told you guys earlier, you want to identify a good company, you don't have to recruit to make money. That's what we are. You don't have to pay every month out of pocket. You pay once and that's it. Above all, you got to have the products that make it sustainable. In this day and age, this digital age, I don't see any company has better products than ONPASSIVE has. Guys, if you find any company that has all three of these things, you contact me and I'll be your first partner. Okay? Now, you have all this, it's that good. What does it take to be part of it today? When my friend came to me about a year and 8 months ago, it was $97. Today, fortunately for you guys, it is still $97, but that price is not going to hang around for long. We are soon to hit soft launch and the price is going up. So if you are here and you are not yet a founder, get back to where I invited you so you can become a founder ASAP. If you're familiar with the CEO of Virgin Atlantic Airlines, Richard Branson, he said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you don't understand it, jump on it and then begin to understand it later. Huge. This is an amazing opportunity that a friend has brought you to. This is an amazing opportunity that a family member has brought you to. Jump on it. And it gets even better with us because you pay your $97, 30 days later, you don't like it, you can get your money. In fact, our CEO is so good, he will give you your money even if it's more than 30 days. You can't beat that. Huge. Okay? Now, you pay your $97. What happens next? Financially, nothing happens next. I mean, you can bring your friends, family members, because it's a good thing, right? You want them to enjoy it too. You can bring them to our webinars. We have plenty of them. You can show them to be involved, okay? But financially, nothing happens. Nothing comes out of your pocket again until launch. And when I say launch, the next thing that should come to your head is, when is launch? Our CEO has promised us by December 31st, 2020, by the end of this year, ONPASSIVE is going to be in the market. It's going to be public. So we will be launching by the end of 2020. Now, upon launch, here's what happens. You're going to have to select a packet. We have one package. All those beautiful, nice products and services I just mentioned to you, ONPASSIVE has put them into one big packet. Okay? However, the packet is big, but the money is not that big. It's going to be affordable to each and every one of us, the founders. Okay? Now, you select that package because guess what? When ONPASSIVE launches, there will be no more founders. That's it. Game is over. Only customers and or resellers are going to come in. But we, the founders, we're going to be the company's first customers. We're going to be a product of the product. Okay? So we'll select that package. Boom, we are customers. Okay? We have 7 days to try it out. We like it, we commit. We don't like it, hey, we don't like it, that's it. Now, once you select your package, you pay that first month. Subsequently, ONPASSIVE is going to pay for you monthly from your profit. So we have a monthly subscription because you cannot have monthly residual income without monthly subscription. So it's a monthly subscription. However, we, the founders, we're only going to pay once because thereafter, ONPASSIVE is going to pay for us from our commission. Huge. Okay? Now, I talked about earlier that you don't have to recruit to make money in this company. Yet, some of you, those of you who are guests, you were invited by a friend, you were invited by a family member. So you might be wondering, what's in it for that friend? What's in it for that family member? Well, let me give this scenario to explain what's in it. Okay? So we're going to talk about founder A and founder B. Founder A is like me. He has a big family. He finds something good. He wants his friends and family to be part of it. So he's going to give them the net rather than give them the fish. Founder A is going to tell everybody he knows, all his friends and family. Well, let's say 10 of them decide to follow him. He tells 100 of them, only 10 follows him. That's normal. That's life. Okay? Well, guess what? Monkey see, monkey do. So those 10 try to do the same thing like founder A. Before you know it, 10 talk to 5, 5 talk to 12, 12 talk to 9. Before you know it, his team has grown to 100 founders prior to launch. Founder B, on the other hand, says it's a passive opportunity. I'm going to take a vacation and I'll come back when it's time for launch. No problem. Here's what happens upon launch. Remember, guys, I told you this company will have AI traffic. Artificial intelligence drives traffic to each and every one of the founders. They're going to build our teams for us. So upon launch, the AI traffic is bringing customers to founder A, founder B, founder C, founder D, back and forth by the minute. Let's just assume that at the end of 1 month, founder B has 100 customers given to him by AI traffic. Well, guess what? Founder A is also going to have 100 customers because he's a founder just like founder B. But founder A has 100 other founders in his team that also deserve 100 customers each. Okay? So 100 times 100, according to my math, that's 10,000 customers. Plus his own 100 customers. So he has 10,100 customers that he's going to monetize on. Founder B, on the other hand, has just 100 customers that he's going to monetize on. I can assure you, when you collect from 10,100 customers, it's going to be a heck of a lot more than somebody who collects from 100 customers. That's what's in it. Okay? Zig Ziglar, a very well-known businessman, he says, if you give enough people what they want, you will eventually get what you want. So that's what founder A is doing. Okay? Huge. Now, that package that you pay at the end upon launch, ONPASSIVE has also guaranteed that package lifetime. What does that mean? That means upon launch, you select that package, you have 7 days to test it out. If you like it, you commit. You don't like it, no problem. Well, what if you commit? ONPASSIVE says 90 days later, give us 3 months. If you don't like what you see, if you don't like the kind of money you're making, we can make sure you're reimbursed. Okay? Huge. Huge. They know what they have. We know what we have. That's why they can guarantee you that. Okay? Big. Now, I am going to quickly share my screen take you to ONPASSIVE.com. This is a public site. You can go there and show you our ecosystem, our proprietary products. It is not exhaustive, but it's a start, okay? It's work in process. Now, I'm gonna do that not long, but you can do that on your own too, right? Because it is public, right? ONPASSIVE.com, that is where I went. If you scroll down, okay, here it is, ONPASSIVE proprietary products. Digital marketing, video conference, VPN, okay? We'll spend some time on that, VPN, website builder, okay? Now, video, these are all AI-driven hands-free tools. So if you're a business person, small or big, online, all you have to do is click a button and that's it. It takes care of everything. Now we have ONPASSIVE Connect Me, email marketing, we'll spend time about that. IP tracker, that's also big, okay guys? You can go and spend time on this if you want. Staff manager, companies like Oracle, PeopleSoft, they're gonna know there's a new kid on the block once we hit the block, okay? Huge. Now I wanna say this, there is risk in every business. Every business has risk. ONPASSIVE is no different, okay? What's our risk? $100, $97, which is rounding it up. $97 is our risk, okay? Now, if you don't feel like risking $97, no problem. You can wait until the company launches. You can come in as a customer and or a reseller. You don't have to pay $97. You are still gonna make some money, okay? All these big companies you see out there, Google, Amazon, all these companies that have been out, you can still make money with them. Go ahead and buy some shares. With 1 year, 2 years, you might get lucky. Your money might double, triple, even quadruple, but you're not gonna be a millionaire, let alone a billionaire. The people that make the million and the billions are the people that come in the embryonic stage, are the people that come in when it is still an ideology. They look at it, looks good, jump in, before the world knows about it, they are in money. By the time everybody knows about it, too little, too late. So what am I saying? If you want to be part of us, if you want to take that little risk, be our guest, come in, we're gonna work with you. We're one big family, okay, huge. We don't leave anybody behind. You go back to the person that invited you here, please. This webinar is officially ended. If you think you've got all the information you need to make an informed decision, go back to the person that invited you, let them show you how to come in and become a founder, okay? But if you still have some lingering questions, some doubts, you need some clarification, no problem. I am gonna hang around here until every question is answered. I see Miss Marina Favid is here. Miss Marina Favid is one of our leadership council members. She actually represents Africans in the leadership council, which is huge. She comes to give us a hand whenever she has the time. She happens to be here this afternoon. So I'm gonna call on her to say a word or two, and then we're gonna take questions, okay?
Thank you so much. Always appreciate your great leadership and the way you do a presentation. Welcome to all the guests. I see there's quite a few of you that's here for the first time. You couldn't be in a better place. That achieves in excess of $1 billion in their first 10 years of trading. ONPASSIVE will achieve that status upon launch. Due to the amount of founding members that we already have, I think we're close to 240,000 founding members and growing by about 1,500 to 2,000 founders a day, which is unheard of. It's absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, we're just all riding that same wave with him. We've all got the same heart. We all want to achieve greatness in our lives. And we know that God had a better plan for us. He doesn't want to see his people perish and suffer. And I do believe that ONPASSIVE is an answer to so many prayers around the world. It's really phenomenal. I did share this yesterday, but I'm going to share it again today, just because there are so many new guests on here. As a recap, 10 reasons to join ONPASSIVE as a founding member. You will be a founder of a high-tech information technology company driven by the latest artificial intelligence and machine learning, which will be a unicorn upon launch, licensed and registered in 212 countries. We are fully compliant. You will earn residual income for life, and that means whatever you earn in your first month, next month you're going to earn that plus so much more, and it just continues to grow as the company adds customers under us. It's 100% hands-free, set and forget. You don't ever have to worry about building a team if that is not for you. But we do encourage, if you love the business, share it with as many people as you can so you can help them as well be in the same situation. Number 4, targeted traffic to your website, which is given to you at launch. When we launch, we all get a 7-day free trial, and we all get a website and a domain, which means that ONPASSIVE will brand you, not so much the other businesses that you're in. And no matter what other business you're in, this ONPASSIVE will help direct traffic to those businesses as long as they are compliant and legal. Number 5, ONPASSIVE builds your business and your team for you. You don't have to do anything. 6, you'll be part of the beta testing and be in the inner circle of decision making. We're going into soft launch soon, and as a founding member, you'll be part of that, and you can say, you know, I've made history with this company because I was right there in the beginning, before they even started their beta testing, and it's a really great place to be in. You pay once out of pocket, and the subscriptions come out of your profit, out of commissions earned that the company has done for you. 100%. You will benefit from the massive marketing campaigns, 365 days a year, 7/24. It doesn't stop. The campaigns never take a break. And you'll have access to every tool you need to succeed in business, be it online or offline. And number 10, you'll leave a legacy you can be proud of and help turn poverty into prosperity across the world. We are in it to win it. Thank you very much, Charles. I just wanted to share that with everyone again, because I really think it's, you need to hear it over and over and over. You know, just that's why I encourage people to watch as many presentations as you can. There's so much going on that, you know, there's not enough time in the day to go through all the information. There's loads of information. You can follow our CEO, Ash Mufara, on Twitter. He's got a Twitter account, and the information from there, you know, that he gives us daily is really phenomenal. The blog, the onpassive.com blog, great information. If you don't know anything about IT or what we're doing, it doesn't matter. You'll learn as you go, you know, and this is just a great place to be in. I congratulate each and every one of you who have become a founder and made that decision. And for those who are about to make the decision, please get back to the person that invited you to this presentation or introduced you to ONPASSIVE, and make sure that you sign up with them. We're all about integrity. We're not about stealing anyone's downline or stealing anyone's team. We are all one big happy family, one big team, and with the same heartbeat. We are definitely AI with heart. So thank you, and we're open to questions now. If you've got anything else, Charles.
Oh, look, thanks a lot, Marina. That's important for us to note. So we are ready for the Q&A, guys. If you have any questions, feel free, especially if you're a guest. That's why we're here.